Perfect. We got this. All right. Halley, open up with our quote for the week.
Got it. Productivity is never an accident. It's always the result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. Paul J. Meyer.
Let's digest this for a minute over here.
Right.
So, let it sink in. Oops, hold on. Let it sink in for a minute. Productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of a commitment. That's a big word right there. To excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. Yeah, I think commitment is the big one over here. And that's where some fail and some fail forward. Right.
And intelligent planning, I think, is really important too. You know, making sure we are time blocking and we're assessing what we're spending our time on, right?
Yeah. You know, we had one session that we spoke about smarter goals, right? Acronym for smarter goals. And it's really just come down to have a plan and be able to measure it and then stay accountable for it, and then always, you know, correct whatever we need to do and keep moving forward. That's where the intelligence come into place. Nothing more, nothing less, really. But the commitment is the heavy one. If you're starting something, just commit to finish it or to adjust when and if needed as well. All right, thanks, Halley, for sharing. And shout out over here to some of our agents' recent achievements. So Rita Canberrian, the Calabasas office, congrats on capping. She was very excited about that, and she's a hard worker, and she did really amazing work during COVID. All those recent months, you know, she never stopped, like many of you, and she hit the cap. So enjoy your 100% and enjoy your committed work. So well done. Shout out to Mark Garbell. Mark and Nora Garbell, same thing, congratulations. Hit the cap. Mark is a consistent capper since he joined the company, not that long ago, a couple of years ago. Just you know, just fun guy to work with, and same thing, just consistently, you know, working on getting the business and servicing the business, and have great results. He has a nice one right now in Malibu in escrow. So for that's one gonna close soon, Mark, and you're gonna enjoy that 100% wave. So congrats and thank you as well. That's on the capper level. Shout out to some of our top producers. Those were the the most recent awards that in our offices across the region. A lot of those guys scored really high on, once again, a regional level. This is for the entire Southern California region. Shout out to Sherman and to Hirsch and Jared, Sherman and Levine, hit the #1 commercial team in GCI. That's for the 2019. So that's a big one. Shout out to you guys. Great job with KW Commercial. Ron Fetter, #3 in the commercial individual GCI. It's a big one. And #1 commercial individual units across Southern California. Congrats, Ron, on your achievements in what's coming in the future in your pipe as well. Well done. Ray Rodriguez and the Lucum Group, #1 commercial group GCI. That's a big one as well in Southern California. And #2 spot commercial group units. Well done. They crushed it last year. They actually ended at #1 also in the Calabasas office overall. Well done, and hard and dedicated work pays off for sure. So shout out to you and your team. Lee Black and Veronica Black. Lee and Veronica, father-daughter team. Also out of the Calabasas office, commercial, #2 commercial team units in Southern California last year. Well done, congrats, and they have a lot of stuff coming as well on the pipe. So well done, guys. It's just proud to be in business with all of you. And David Yashar out of the West Side office scored #1 commercial individual units and #2 commercial individual GCI in Southern California. Well done, David Yashar, Omid, part of his team, and the rest of the guys. Yeah, just shout out. I mean, just always staying highly focused and very entrepreneurial with how they construct their deals and keep generating nonstop, 7 days a week. So well done. Kendra Miller out of the Coastal office, #2 top individual in GCI in residential. Well done. I'm not sure, I apologize, Kendra, how many years consistently you've been on the top of the list with KW, but it's just another great year of achievement, and you're also on track this year to do great despite pandemic. So proud to be in business with you. Well done. Great job. And we have Elaine Ross, Elaine with the Coastal office, #2 top associate in the region in profit share. She's been around for a few years, and she's built an incredible, sphere of amazing producers and people and professionals with her, around her, and she's enjoying the benefit as well. So thank you for your contribution all those years and still. Proud to be in business with you. So thanks everybody. I think that's it for the shout out to all the our amazing people.
What's going on? Where am I? Why is it like
How
that?
high is that?
Who's that? Why do you?
How long have you been a horse?
Why is
That's the best question.
Porky asks a question.
I don't know.
Okay, so that's our that's our intro to our brokers, Rich and Richard. So I know that it's your favorite part, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Well, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to bring up that CAR is a great resource for, they have great webinars and whatnot. It's a great learning resource for you. And I wanted to give a heads up about a webinar that they're conducting on August 4th. I put the link to register in the chat box. It's on COVID and evictions. So anybody who's working with leases and whatnot, I signed up for it. I would definitely register for it. And I know it's not until August, but I would register early because they get full. And but if it is full, they do offer it a recorded version of it after the fact. But I just wanted to give you that heads up on August 4th at 1:30, going over COVID and evictions. I mean, I get that question all the time. Can my client who has a non-paying tenant evict them? So the answer is no right now, but it'll be a great resource for you. And they have a myriad of topics, and just browse, and it's a great resource. That's it for me, Richard.
Thank you.
Kind of review a few of the things that have come up this week with files. Regarding the landlord portion, I did call Car Legal, and you can raise rents right now. I thought that you couldn't. It's a local, go to your city to verify, but statewide they are allowing owners to raise rents, staying within that guideline of 5% plus a little bit. We thought it was closer to 8 with CPI, but the last CPI number was less than 1%. So Car said 5% would be a good number to stick with. We're seeing a lot of seller credits and agent credits to buyers for issues. And before you approve that and do that as an agent, please run it by the brokers, because there may need to be a settlement agreement put in place as well. So let us see it, Halley or the team leaders have to approve the credits as well. So make sure that they bring it around to us to make sure legally you're covered for everything after the close of escrow. And we had a situation where there was more than one title report pulled. They changed title because of the buyer wanting a different title company. Nobody gave the first title report to the buyer. So you have to, any report you have in the file, if you've got 5 termite reports, you got to give them all 5. If you had a home inspection 2 months ago, you got to give them a copy of that. But the title is a major issue with this deal right now. So just be aware, anything that you have, or in this situation, we had dual agency. So it was within the office. There was 2 sets of prelims out there, and the buyer only saw 1. I think those are the 3 biggest things I'm working with right now with questions. Oh, open houses. We still can't have open house. I'm having local brokers reach out. They're trying to do an office policy. How do I get open houses done? And they saw one of our agents' open house signs out there yesterday. So we'll be dealing with that later today. But again, no open houses. You can do the schedule ahead of time appointment, so where the buyer can electronically sign in for an appointment. They need to electronically sign the PED, and then you can show the property to them, wipe it down, sanitize it, and you can have your next appointment set up. But the door can't be left open. You can't have just random people walking through. It has to be set up ahead of time. And that's what I got.
So question about the open house, just to make it clear, I think one of the meetings you guys mentioned that they can use the open house signs, but only if they're covered, but there's no arrow right, left, or whatever, and it's specifically mentioning by appointment only, right? I mean, can you just elaborate a bit more about that?
The last car meeting, they advised not to put any kind of signs out anywhere. Just nothing. What's happening is the governor drives around town, sees these signs out there, and he's getting mad again and bringing car into it, telling us to stop before he stops everything. So please just don't put any sign out.
I would just, if you're going to have a sign at the property, then they did say have the rider that says by appointment only and whatnot. They did mention that DRE has hired investigators that are going to be going around and making sure that people are doing things the way that it needs to be done. It's not to fine. They're saying that they are to educate, but if people are really abusing the system, for lack of a better term, then they probably will look into finding and whatnot. But make sure if you are using a sign that it has some sort of rider, that it is, it is by appointment only, or electronic sign-in or virtual sign-in.
Right.
The problem with any kind of sign was Gov told us that that's false and misleading advertising. An open house to a buyer is an open house. So if you have a sign that says open house, even if it says virtual, it's confusing to a buyer. So that's why they suggested just don't have a sign. They shouldn't ever need a sign because they've all signed in electronically the day before anyway.
And going back to Richard's point about reports, having reports, also remember that if you had sold that property to the seller years back, and you have that report from that first sale, you need to supply that also, and any reports from that initial sale. Like you represented that seller as a buyer, 5, 10 years ago, even 20. There's no time limit on it. If you have the report from 20 years ago, you should be supplying that.
So how about, Rich, if the office, a different agent in the office?
Same thing. Yeah. If that report exists, and I know it's tough now because we've changed systems so many times, and I know that it's hard to get old files, but if you know that for a fact, you should try to get that report if it's at all possible.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for the insight. Much appreciated. And if you guys, agents, if you have questions, just drop them in, type them in, and I see that Rich and Richard is just gonna answer some of them over here. So let's move on. Let's jump to see some stats and numbers from Broker Metrics. June was a very, very strong month. We all know that. It started to pick up once again in May, and we saw the numbers once again striking in June. July doesn't look so bad as well. So let's jump into it over here. So first market share is the Calabasas area. Stats from the CRMLS. This is June, as you can see, last month compared to June of 2019. Let's look at the numbers. For sale, whatever is active. So inventory, we all know it's still lower. It was even, overall, good numbers last year. I think the average was about 4 months inventory. So it's we're under this year 783 compared to 845. Price point went up by about 5%. That's for the median price point. That's for whatever is offered for sale in the Calabasas area and surrounding cities. Into contract, look at the numbers over here. Units 167 compared to 134. That's a big jump over here. And look at the price point, went up by about 12% increase, median price. Whatever is going into escrow, the median is about 840. In closings, 95 compared to 131 in that specific area. And it's a mixed area. You have the really high end over here, even across like 10 million properties, and you have the average of 700,000 properties, right? But the inventory closed last month in the Calabasas area is 95 compared to 131. The median, almost the same, dropped by about 2.2%, which is right now about 795. 795. That's currently the number. So let's say about the 800 actually closing right now around that. Go to the west side. Sources DMLS. That's for the Beverly Hills, West LA, Brentwood areas. And we also only measure the single family in that scale. Look at the inventory, 410 compared to 445. So some are, not such a big of a difference in whatever was offered for sale. And the price point went up by about 9%. The average price there is significantly higher, about the almost 4.8 mil. But then look at those numbers. When this is actually the median that goes into escrow. What a big difference! 46 compared to 32. So there's a jump over there, increase over there in how many units. A big jump, pretty much in percentage. How many more units going in escrow? Look at the percentage change of the median, 68%. And once again, I mean, it's we can't, because it's a median price, right? And we're not picking on specific property. It's really hard to tell you, it's because, that specific area, that specific condo or a single family or whatever, but it's just a larger picture of how things looks like in that little circle over there. And whatever is closing, significantly lower number, about almost 50% drop in the units closing, but look at the price point. So it's more of the higher end properties selling. This is like, it's like, oh my God, the 282% increase. But it's not a real measure of how much the property's value increase. So don't get confused. It's just a very specific property is actually moving. And yeah, we do see in the higher end, also in the Calabasas area over there, properties, way north of 2-3 mil are selling fast. So it's an definitely interesting market. And I wouldn't know what to point out the reason for that, right? But it's a healthy, point overall, indicator that things are still moving, and there's the consumer, have a trust in real estate. So we'll see how that's going to look like this month in July. And last market in our area in Long Beach over here, source is CRMLS. Active, so numbers here are significantly higher. Inventory here is still lower than last year, for sure. Look at the numbers, 817 compared to 963 last June. So much less inventory still compared to other markets. It's a way more healthier inventory as well. And the price point pretty much breaking even, almost the same, about 640. That's a sweet spot right now for sure. And what's going into escrow, more units into escrow, 290 compared to 266 last year. So things are moving faster moved faster last month in June. Price point dropped almost by 3%, about 622. Interesting factor, by the way. Not sure what's the reason, but you know, once you throw something out there, it's usually gets multiple offers right away. But maybe it's a specific type of, once again, of property that are moving faster, hence maybe a lower price point, because that's the median once again. In closing, 227, 272, so less units closed last month compared to last year, not by far. And look at the price point, same thing, like almost just breaking even, 614. That's, I mean, you know, shout out to Long Beach, I guess, right? I mean, for being steady and the consumer trust, both on the seller side and the more on the buyer side, because we have less inventory, right? But still, it's a very strong market over here. So if you're in cross markets, guys, central and north to Long Beach, so you know, reach out to the Long Beach people and see what can be a good investment for your investors, or maybe people looking for you know, first-time home buyers, and I don't know, looking for, you know, a beach city, or you know, a beach town, whatever. There's a lot of you know, good options over here for sure. So let's hear from our affiliates. Feel free to jump in, TLs, brokers as well. I think we have a few on the call. Should have Brian and Jojo and John, Brian and Jojo from House America, and John from our Clearmark partners. So John, can you hear us?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Hey, good to
Thank
have
you. Good to have you too. Good to be here. Yeah, just to kind of piggyback on your numbers there, I had some good information. Just LA County as a whole, as of last week, the total active listings were 10,048, and then I had transactions, pending transactions were at 6,247 as of last week. And then days on market, they've been averaging about 48 days. And then if you go back 2 weeks, they were at 51. So, and then if you go back a month, they were at 59 days on market. And if you compare it to last year, it was averaging 78 days on market. So, you know, you see the trend, which is, as you were kind of mentioning, you know, multiple offers. I think you're seeing a much more prepared buyers entering into the real estate market. I think right now, people who were thinking or on the sidelines about you know, buying a home are going in, and they're well qualified, and they're going in and they know exactly what they want. And so you're going to see a very active market. I think, as you guys are already seeing in July, it's going to continue in through the rest of the summer. And going into the third quarter. So I think that's pretty, you know, a nice telling sign for the market, and just for us to be prepared, be ready, be active, talking to your sphere of influence. And also another, some numbers that I have too, kind of a segment that we should be looking at in LA County for foreclosures and short sales. Active listings as of last week were 79. And then pending are 55, and then days on market 43, and then if you go back 2 weeks, 49 days, and then prior to that was 56 days. And so I think that's a market for everybody to keep an eye on. If that's an interest to you, is that distressed property market, to see how that's moving. I've talked to quite a few large institutional lenders, WAMU, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase, was on a call with the group from Rocket Mortgage, and they all have seen a dramatic increase in defaults and requests on the forbearance side. So we could potentially see a little bit of a pickup in that REO or distress market coming in towards the end of the year. So just giving you guys a little some numbers here on the market as a whole. If anybody has any information or need any title needs, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. We're here for you. We're ready to help partner you in any way. So thank you.
Thanks, John. Yeah, good insight for sure. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't taste or smells like any short sale market or whatever. We definitely need to be aware, but more importantly, and that's what we are doing and we'll do more of for you guys, the agents, the producers out there, to give you more tools and insight and sharing of information between our, cross offices, age producers of how to go for the business right now and how to do things right now and how to get market share right now, because the basic practice didn't change the past 20, 30 years, right? Pick up the phone and make the connection. So definitely that's the first thing to remember. But yeah, keep us informed, John. We definitely want to be with the pulse on the finger on the pulse and see what's going on.
Absolutely, definitely will.
And we have someone who imitates to be me, Jojo. You had to use my name. so Jojo, what's going on? How are you doing?
Good morning, everybody. I'm doing great. Thank you very much. So my colleague Brian's here also. I think we're having a little technical difficulty, so I decided to jump in and see if I can talk for 3 seconds. But the market is strong, and let me say this: it's strong because applications are up. Last month, the company, House America, we closed roughly about $65 million in production.
Wow.
So it's strong, yes. Continues to be very strong and trending again this month. So what does that mean to all of us in the business? Well, a couple things. The equities market, very volatile, therefore putting a lot of pressure in the bond market and the yields, but to the benefit of the consumer, right? Because what are we seeing today? Rates below 3%, 2.3, 2.5, crazy free money, literally. So that, my friends, has been driving applications, not just in purchases, but also the refi market has come back. Because when people can get 0.5% or better on their rate, with current trends at 2.3, 2.5, guess what? They come out of the woodwork and applying to refinance. And if you can see on television today, there's been a lot of these Loan Depot, all kinds of different companies advertising the 2.3, 2.5 rates, 15-year to 30-year.
Right.
It's really bringing a lot of business. But what does that all mean? So just be aware that because the influx of the refi production coming in the market, it is putting a damper on processing time. Not that we cannot execute, but just keep that in the back of your mind when you're negotiating escrow days, because it will affect every lender out there, because everybody wants a business. But on the plus side, the top lenders today are looking specifically still and continues to do so, looking for purchase products, purchase sales, purchase transactions. And in the long run, keep this in the back of your head, because a lot of these big companies, including ourselves, they're looking to build their portfolio for servicing down the road. Because when the refi market is done, and if we ever have any kind of correction, loan servicing is the biggest production maker or money maker for these companies. So they want purchases close this year to fill in their buckets. And that's just some tidbit for today.
Yeah, and thank you for the reminder. If you guys remember, what was it? Maybe like Brian, I think we had a discussion a few months back, maybe February or March. We had the same thing. Like lenders were backed up because of rates, and that created those delays. So it's a good fact to remember, because number one, don't get upset on the escrow company, unless they're doing something else wrong. But when it comes to delays or whatever, we all have to work together and also create those expectations to begin with. So make sure, and that I can't stress it enough how important it is to whatever relationship you guys have, right? Make sure the lender can back up what they promised to begin with. And if they can thumbs up, if or they're telling you, I'm super busy, always use, maybe someone as a backup. and a lot of you using our in-house affiliates. So thank you for supporting that. And if you don't, it's okay. Use those guys maybe as just as a second option in case something will happen. And I those you happen to see Brian and Jojo, also Alex here in Long Beach. Those guys saved multiple deals, like the last week of or whatever when they had to pick it up. So just be smart about how you run your business, and don't be afraid to have another person in your portfolio. So yeah, Brian, what do you have?
Hey, Meny. Thanks for having me. Sorry about the technical difficulty. I think Jojo was spot on. And the only other couple things I would want to add, I guess 2 points. One, we got some good news globally and domestically this morning with the announcement of a possible vaccine. And I don't know if you guys saw that, which is great news. We Lord knows we need it. However, just be mindful of this news. And as hopefully good news starts coming out regarding a possible vaccine, that might trigger rates to start climbing up. I think a big driver of some of these historically low rates has been the fear and the panic and the bad news as a result of COVID. So keep an eye on the development of that vaccine, and that could drive rates a little bit higher. I think we saw rates hit an all-time low on July 9th, and since then they've been close to that level, not much of a change. And I think the speed in which rates have been coming down from April to May to June, we hit a bottom in early July. We're still close to that bottom, but I think if your buyers are waiting for rates to go from 2.875 to 1.875, I don't think that's no longer a realistic expectation. It might happen, but I think rates are fantastic. And for the right buyers who's qualified and ready to go, there's maybe arguably never been a better time to buy. The only other thing I would want to mention is, I think going what John said and Meny said, the market's very hot, and we're seeing, not on every property, not on every transaction, but we are seeing more appraisal challenges. And my sympathies go out to the agents, because I know you are in an impossible position having to compete with 10, 15, 20 offers. But when that happens, and let's say a property is listed at $699 and it goes into escrow at $799 or $825, just be mindful that the appraisers still need historical comps to support that data, to support that appraised value. And I think in some areas, in some markets, we are in a situation where the new transactions are ahead of the historical comps. And I would say 1 out of 10, maybe 2 out of 15 deals, we're seeing this. And just because there was 10 or 15 or 20 offers is not alone enough data for the appraiser to say, all my comps are at 750, but you had 20 offers, so therefore this property is worth 800,000. I wish that was the case, but that's just not how appraisals work. So they have to use closed sales to support the current contract price. So again, just be mindful of it. It might be worth a conversation with the buyer or seller if a situation gets very hot, there's 10, 15, 20 offers. You kind of know there's maybe not a lot of comps out there. Not to say that we can't maybe get creative and find a way to make it work, but it might be worth having that conversation early as opposed to 2 or 3 weeks into the 2 or 3 weeks into the transaction. So.
Yeah, good, definitely good points, and that's why I just love to have this insight of between title lenders, just to see that different trends, and because you guys are a substantial part of the transaction, and your insight is crucial. So thank you for sharing.
I was going to mention that what he had just said, that is really great information, and everybody should be mindful of that as these offers are coming in and they're coming in a little bit higher. We've had 4 really good clients of ours that are in that same situation. They put in a higher bid, and then all of a sudden, you know, they got accepted, and then they had to come in now with extra money because it didn't appraise at that amount. So just having all of those really, you know, great conversations with your clients and making sure if you're going to be, you know, giving an increased value offer, that they're qualified and ready to do that. But that's really great, a reminder to keep in mind.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Brian, Jojo, House America, John Macias, Climax Title. Thank you guys so much for the insight. Welcome to stay on the call. We're gonna jump to our TLs, and what we want to share with you. We'll do kind of like a quick pick, and this site is gonna follow up with an email with the link so you guys can dig deeper and understand what we're gonna show you. Once again, like in a very fast presentation, is our offices, our company value proposition. Each office has a very, very unique culture, as we know. At the same time, we're all sharing the, you know, whatever KW has to offer, and whatever we as a local, you know, shop, and with our culture like attitude and offering and support has to offer. And I think that after working on this project for a few months, only a handful of people really understand and really know how much we have. When I say we, is us as an office, and us as a group of offices, and us as KW, how much we have to offer. You don't know most of it. There's so much resources and so much things that you can take advantage of. So that's why, once again, we worked on this project for several months, and we came up with that you know, piece. And I want to, you know, share this with you and show you. And once again, I'm going to follow up with the link, so you can just take your time and check it out. And it has a lot of links, so you can research even more in depth into what we have and who we are and who you are, what you represent and what you offer. As you know, we're part of a 14 offices group. We actually just right now gathering the information, the data for 2019. This is 2008. Yeah, that was 19. That was actually just shy of 9 billion last year that we did. And I think it's substantial because at times, you know, you might have an edge in your local market for whatever reason, if you farm this area, if you primarily the listing agent, etc. But sometimes, you know, you're going into a territory that is not maybe familiar, or you're competing against others. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to say that you're part of something bigger and to show those massive numbers. We are, as a group, under this one you know, entity for living. We are #1 in the MLS. I think it means something. And what the most important message from now until the end of this few slides is for you to understand that you determine your own strength. You determine your own value. You determine what you want to present and to project out there, so you will capture more business, and, you know, people will also you know, trust you and want to do business with you. So whatever you see, there's so many things out there. You get to pick and choose whatever you want to promote as your own business. So I just want to make sure, because nothing is you know, you don't have to use all of it. You don't have to. Nothing's been forced. And once again, what I'm going to show you, there's a lot of stuff out there. The first few pages are just the big rocks of who we are, what we stand for. When it comes to ownership, as we know, as a KW agent, you are the brand. You don't need to hide behind any other brand, and, you know, you don't need to you know, what do you call, just promote something else besides yourself. It doesn't hurt to promote KW or the local offices, because we have good brand name recognition and market share. At the same time, it's who you are. So that's one thing that you have to remember, and you own your own data and your own information. Community, We are working as a community. If you think that we not, let us know. We can always do a better job. I can tell you that we way ahead of anybody else. And be careful. Be careful to fall into the misconception that we are in a virtual world completely. We are not. This is still a person-to-person business, and you're still going to interact with people like you've done before. And nobody knows. John said there's a cure, that they're working on something, Brian, whoever mentioned that. Fantastic. Is it going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be in 2 years? Is it going to be never? Nobody knows. So you still have to live and be adjusted to the reality as it is to here, and it's going to stay here as maybe it is for a very long time. We don't know. So don't fall to the trap of the world is going totally virtual. It's not. We're still here, and we still need us. That's why, I'm just throwing names because it's not a secret, and Gary Keller is big on that. That's why companies like Zillow, they're trying to strike out the agent from the equation of the consumer and selling the house, right? It didn't work, and it won't work for at least a few years ahead, because we're here to stay. So as a community, we have to function together, and we have to do things together. Currently, it's more over Zooms, etc., than it used to be before. Even though I have a special guest over here today. Thanks for joining again. We can still do it in the office, and hopefully sooner or later we'll do more of that in the office, physically in the office, and we can share more of that. So our communities are amazing. Take advantage. And you guys right now on the call, a lot of you. So thank you for being here. Growth. We know about the numbers and the when it comes to the capping system and other tools that you get from the offices and support, and from KW and from our tech teams and whatever. If you're still struggling for whatever reason, reach out to us and say, hey, I have a problem. The only way to fix the problem is to confront the problem. If you have an issue and it's like, I'm giving up, you're gonna give up anywhere. It's not the way. So if there's something, raise your hand and say something, reach out to us. We're here to support you. And we are committed to support all of you guys. And we have the capacity and the desire. Productivity, we have a lot of resources on the referral programs. Some of you guys, which by the way happens more recently than before, reaching out to agents out of state and reaching out to agents out of the country. Statistically, so far it was mostly Central America, Mexico particularly. So reach out and think out the box, and do some research, like where most of people that are relocating out of California going to, or which states out of California coming to California, into our area specifically, right? And reach out to those agents in different markets, KW, through our referral network, and build up those relationships, and earn that extra business or referral fee for sure. Training, we're second to none, all day, all night. That didn't change, that won't change, and we're here to provide more. And same thing, if there are topics, there are discussions that you guys want us to have, let us know, reach out to us. We're gonna come up with the content. One thing we're launching, we just waiting to confirm all the trainers in August. There's Bold, that's one thing, it's gonna launch in August, and you'll know that. But we're gonna launch Win with Sellers Mastermind. It's typically like a 2 full days, morning to evening, 8 sessions. We're gonna do it throughout the month of August, every Wednesday between 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. with various producers from our offices, and something like the Ignite Marathon, but focus on different topics. But it's gonna be, once again, 4 meetings throughout every Wednesday throughout August. And in September, we're gonna launch Win with Buyers. So wait for that. That's going to be a powerful, powerful session. I'm super excited about that. It's one of the best trainings in KW. Some of our resources and committees, we just launched this year the social equality, and there's more awareness around that, as should be. And each office has an ambassador that we're proud to be in business with. So more things to come around that through the region. LGBTQ, same thing. We did recognize an ambassador for each office. We're gonna give a shout out next meeting. But once you're gonna get those links, you can click on the link and get more resources, and maybe if you want to join, explore more, or what have you, because some of those networks are amazing source for business, right? Secondary to promoting the awareness to what the idea is. And we want to give stage to all that in our offices, because we promote diversity, we support everybody and everything, and we're here, all of us here, to succeed together. Culture, you all know our days and what we do. This is kind of more virtual as well. And this is a couple of pieces about our technology and integration, etc. So I'm just going to skip those. And what I want to show right now, and once again, I'm going to just run through it, is the developer position. What every person gets, and you get it either directly via consultation because you ask for it, or we train for it, or what have you. But this is what we do. Nothing here is new. If it's new to you, that's perfect. You get to learn something new. But take a look. Once I'm going to send it to you, dig deep as much as you can, understand what we have to offer you. Okay, it's been here for forever, and understand also how some of those agents over there that they're running big businesses, they do it very successfully because they're following some kind of a model, and they're building the businesses as a business, not just chase deal after deal after deal. So learn and get involved. So this is just a breakdown of the business structure and the transaction, and how we help you, and what kind of support you get, what you have, what kind of resources you get from us. This is just a little piece on the concierge. I'm going to mute this video for a second, on the concierge, of what it is and how the process works and everything. I'm going to keep brainwashing you on that. Take advantage. You're not doing it enough, and those who are doing it, more of that, they're getting more business, because the concierge, they don't just promote for sellers who need to sell. They're also catering to home owners. You guys can come up with a very sophisticated marketing pieces that we have, and we give it to you. We're going to keep giving it to you about remodeling, about decontamination, about other services, right? We write down discussions to, I'm waiting for the concierge to give me all the materials, how to promote and utilize the bridge loans. Okay, like this is another big thing that we know it's a tricky one, that especially right now with the whole pandemic and everything around that, with lenders, it's very sensitive. Bridge loans are not as common as they used to be, so that's another thing that through our concierge we can offer. So more to come about that, but dig deeper about the concierge and reach out to us if you have more questions. Branding, marketing. We funneled everything right now through a hub of designers that's centered in one of our Ford Living offices. We are working more and more to do that, to just simplify and improve our virtual or online marketly engagement and access for you guys. What I'll make sure that we will do is to send an email with how can you utilize the website to make orders, like a lot of you guys actually already doing, and what kind of emails to use when we want to reach out. You guys did see the announcement that I sent yesterday, I believe, about Joy Feldman, who just joined us. Joy Feldman was for many years designing various companies, mostly luxury brand companies. His last gig was with KW Luxury International in Austin, Texas. And we were able to hire him during COVID almost a month ago. And he was working the back end, and he revamped and rebuilding some of our platforms and some of our offerings to you guys more to come. You guys are going to be very excited and appreciative of that. And he's actually physically relocating to LA next week. But he's fully, the last month or so virtual. So he's going to lead the department. We have a couple of designers, one physical, one virtual, currently to support the group. And once again, we're going to give you more information about that. Online presence through our social networks and our command, sphere marketing, property marketing. We're offering all of that and more through that. One thing also to mention, we're doing right now a campaign. One of our agents sold a property to a celebrity. It's all over the news. But we're going to do a big PR push. So For Living right now also offering for very, very, very minimal cost a PR distribution service. It goes to, I don't know, like 3,000 plus whatever newsrooms and 4,500 websites. It's like a crazy exposure. So if you have something very significant, if you want to PR yourself, your business, your team, a service, a property you sold, something, let us know. I'll put you in touch with our PR team. They're going to guide you through exactly what they need, what they want, how it could look like. They're going to give you an example of exposure. It's insane. So that's one thing that also we can do with the power of the group all together. Coaching and training, pretty much a breakdown of everything that we have to offer. One thing that a lot of people don't know is Quantum Leap. So click on that one and research more. I'm not going to go into that right now, but you guys have so many resources, masterminds, the national level, and we do it locally here too. Books around wealth, and of course our famous MREA and Shift books that we keep teaching different various trainings. Profit share, there's a cool video clip over here. Check it out. We'll simplify what profit share is and how you can build your passive income for life. Careers, check it out too. You won't see it with any other company. We promote and expose different paths that you can have and do and be part of. Join a team on the listing side, on the buyer side, right? Growing to leadership within our own offices, growing to become a ALC member or into different roles with us. Division. Most of you don't even know that we have land division in KW, right? Then professionals, mega agent expansion, etc. So read and research more about what we have throughout, and more divisions over here with our referrals worldwide. As I mentioned, Homes for Heroes. We have specifically, currently we have Robin and Rada in the coastal office, and we have Aline and Tracy in the Calabasas office. Repping this division, New Homes division. We were just able to secure some of our agents, some agents in part of our group, able to secure. It's also going to see a PR group a 300 million development outside of Bakersfield just 2 weeks ago. New Homes development. So we are right now building that muscle within the group, and we are able to support at least the marketing piece of it. So if you have something and you want to get more insight on how to promote that and how to make the better impression, reach out to me directly and I'll have a discussion. Culture, we're going to break down any and all groups that we have in Mastermind and resources. Read about the wellness. There's a lot of good resources over there. I'll give you an example in a few seconds. Equinox, if you care about that, if you're a member, if you're thinking about being a member, whenever they're going to reopen again, we have discount rate only for our 4 living groups. So email Adair directly. Her email is over here, and check out what you guys get as being a KW4 living agent. More cool stuff, and all of our network as we mentioned before. KW Kids Scan, another powerful thing that we're going to focus on next year through our team leaders. Super excited about that. And affiliate services that we have in our various offices. One thing that you want to look at through KW Wellness is health insurance. Get a quote, go online, get a quote for health insurance. It's $10.99. That's KW partnered with Stride Health. It's like Cabot, California, but it's Stride. It's same concept. Check it out to see what the rates are and what have you. You can save maybe money over there unless you're already all set. Another thing that you want to look into for yourself and for clients is Keller Covered. They provide homeowners insurance with lower cost and rates. So definitely look into that. The message here, guys, is to understand what kind of resources we have as an office, as a group, as a company. And I, once again, together with the team, the last few months, we've been working on it to give you all of that, so you understand how much you have and how much you don't know maybe, and how much you're not taking advantage of. So that's going to be the email for later today as a follow-up. And I hope that you guys will appreciate what you have and invite more and more people from outside to be part of what we do. Halley, Stephanie, anything you want to add? I took almost all the time. I'm sorry, and I'm pretty fast as well.
That's okay. It was great, Meny. I always think it's great to know what we're doing and what we have, even as myself as a reminder. But I just want to parrot a couple things that you said. So in regards to the Rainbow Network and social equality, we're going to start getting kind of committees within the office. So reach out to your leadership if that's something you want to get involved with, right? We do have ambassadors, but if it's something that you want to help propel forward, reach out to us so we know who you are, right? Secondly, we talked about building a huge, massive business, right? So if you want to create a team, let's say you have a ton of business, you have a ton of leads that you can't work on, you just can't get to, talk to your team leaders. On the opposite end, if you feel like your business is struggling and joining a team is an idea for you, talk to your team leaders, right? Come back to us. We have teams that are hiring. We also have people that are looking to join teams. So make sure you're connecting with us so we can really help you build something that's massive, right? To create that massive income and massive growth. So those are my two big things.
Thank you, Halley. Stephanie, anything you want to add?
Well, gosh, we have such a, it's just massive what the value that we have and everything that we have to offer everybody, as you can see. And I learn new things all the time about what we have, going through, seeing this amazing thing that Meny and the team has built is so impressive. And it just enables us to do our job and not necessarily look at it as a whole, but, just pick the things that are applicable to you, that you need to, that you can utilize to enhance your current situation, even from a personal standpoint or a professional standpoint. But the whole thing is that we're here to support you in every single way, right? And just because this real estate world of ours is a lifestyle, and we're just doing everything for you to just live it at a level 10 and be the best that you can be in all areas.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I just shared the link on the chat. So you wherever you made this to the meeting and stayed on, you guys can just click on the link and check it out, please. And we'd love to get some feedback from you guys and whatever we can do to support even more. I'm going to finish the meeting with a couple of things. Just we have a few sessions later today. 5 o'clock, Meny session with Stephanie and Halley. Tomorrow, tech session with Scott. Alex from the Long Beach office will teach a great session about contingencies with loans. And please remember, Fridays moving forward, every Friday at 11 to 11:30 in the morning, we have virtual caravan and people pitching their listings. We had a great session yesterday, not that big of a turnout, but we're gonna keep pushing throughout the entire group. So other offices, different markets in our group will jump on and share. So please, make the best effort to attend if you have something that you need, or if you want to promote. And we have 5 o'clock tomorrow, virtual happy hour. Bold Mega Camp is open up. Super affordable rate for Mega Camp, and I don't remember how much it is, but 109. That's the cost for Mega Camp. So it's already open subscription. So definitely make sure that you check it out and see. I'm gonna copy the link and just share it with you right now. and see if you want to commit and attend. Check out their website. I don't know if they post the agenda yet, but we're going to be there virtually and enjoy that as well. And with that, that's all we had. Thanks everybody for joining. I just showed the link. There we go. All right, everybody. Thank you. Happy Wednesday. Stay safe, stay busy. See you at the office whenever you're going to stop by, and have a great rest of the week. Stay busy, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Good job. Appreciate it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, that's nice music.
There you go. Enjoy. How are you? Where is he? Welcome to my vacation.
When we dance on top of the bar and kiss, feeling that body, your hands all over me. Up all night, down under the stars and kiss, feeling that body, your lips all over me. Like na 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 na, going too far, yeah. Na 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 na, back to the start. When we fall in love at the bar and kiss, so we sip that champagne on ice, talking under the sky. So we move Our bodies all night, swimming under the sky. Our bodies all night, so connected, more than desire. Jumped into the water cause we started a fire. Your perfection, changing my mind. We're so good together like it's by design. I won't let a moment go by. I won't let you out of my sight. You give me the high, validations, vacation night. When we dance on top of the bar and kiss, I feel your body, your hands all over me. Up all night, down under the stars and kiss, I feel your body, your hips all over me. Like na 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 na, going too far, yeah. Na 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 na, back to the start. When we fell in love at the bar and kiss, kiss up all night, down under the stars and kiss